In 2004, the South African Mint produced two rand coins with certain minting variations that weren't widely circulated or documented at the time. Maybe it was a misstrike, a double forge, an off-center imprint, or maybe the mint used a lesser-known alloy in a small batch. Whatever the case, very few of these coins survived in perfect condition. Most were used in everyday transactions, exposed to wear, scratches, environmental damage. You might find one in change, under couch cushions, hidden among other coins, but the likelihood that it escaped all damage is almost miraculous. Collectors learned of these variations late. When inventories were cleaned, private collections were examined under magnification, and grading organizations began to certify coins that had been ignored or considered mundane. Suddenly, whispers spread. Some 2 Rand 2004 coins showed marks inconsistent with typical minting practices. Some displayed imperfections so distinct they looked intentional, or perhaps the result of a rare error in production. Word traveled through online auctions, numismatic forums, and whispered in markets where gold, silver, and coins are treasured, until the 2004 2 Rand became not just a coin, but a legend. The design of the coin is what most people know first. The springbok on one face, poised and elegant, antlers curving skyward, wings of symmetry and muscle defined with the subtle sheen of metal. On the other side, the country name, the denomination, the year, 2004, character etched in every design detail. To the untrained eye, it is symmetry, routine. To a collector, this becomes a fingerprint, a proof of identity. Condition matters. The luster of the metal, the sharpness of the engraving, the clarity of relief, the absence of nicks and dents. The coin that still carries that crisp strike, that full mint bloom, that absence of wear is a rare treasure. People who collect coins spend hours inspecting surfaces under magnifying lenses, comparing edges, cataloging every detail. They look for hallmarks. Was the rim properly defined? Are the letters in Rand perfectly proportioned? Is there any sign of die crack or misplaced detail? Spot a misalignment, a variation in the ridge on the rim, a difference in the metal's reflective quality. These might signal an error version or one from a rare batch. Those are the coins that begin to command attention, attract bids, cause excitement in auction houses and among serious numismatists. The history behind the year adds depth to its allure. In 2004, South Africa was navigating changes, political, social, economic, and coins minted at that time can serve as silent witnesses to that era. Transactions made with these coins passed through hands across cities and towns, across the dust of markets, across generations. Someone might have dropped one. Someone carried one home in pocket. Someone still has it in a small wooden box, unaware of its potential. Such connections give the coin character beyond its metal content. Value is not only in rarity and condition, but in story. A smooth, unblemished 2 Rand 2004 with verification of its minting irregularity becomes a prize. Auctions draw interest from continents. Collectors travel or bid online. Experts verify, grade, and verify again. Photographs are taken with macro lenses. Provenance is traced. When that coin emerges, that piece preserved through time, collectors pay attention. They study it, they examine it, they desire it. There are moments when one of these coins appears in auction listings. Most are ordinary, circulated, worn, common. But occasionally a headline appears. 2004 2 Rand. Exceptional condition, rarity verified. Bidders lean in. They do the research. They compare with known examples. They consider the cost of certification, shipping, secure handling. They calculate whether it is something that will appreciate, something that will be preserved as both artifact and investment. For the lucky person who owns one of the exceptional specimens, one that has clear die features, no wear, original mint finish preserved, it isn't just about owning a piece of South African coinage. It becomes about owning something rare in the world of coins, something that few can claim to hold, something that may never appear again, something that could serve as a centerpiece of a serious collection, a trophy, and a story. Imagine holding that in your hand. Cool metal, sharp relief, mint luster, the engraved details precise. You lift it, maybe shine a light on its face, tracking how the metal reflects, how the shadows fall in the engraved ridges. You listen to how it sounds when tapped, not hollow, not dull, but with clarity. Every detail that survived becomes part of your connection with history, with craft. The coin carries past hands, past transactions, hidden journeys, each mark a memory, each feature a testimony. And so the fascination grows, not just with what the coin is, but what it represents: rarity, beauty, preservation, legacy. Collectors treasure stories, not just objects. This coin is story, woven in silver, shaped by die and press, preserved through time. It was minted in 1999, a year like many others. Yet this particular coin has become legendary among collectors. The design is familiar, an image that has echoed through time, engravings that speak of national identity, symbols of strength and heritage. But what sets this coin apart is in the details. The weight slightly varied in some issues, the finish subtly different, the strike sharper in some specimens, softer in others. These nuances matter to those who search for perfection, for that one specimen that stands out among all others that as decades passed. Most of these coins circulated. They bore the marks of everyday life: small scratches, worn edges, fading luster. They were jingled in pockets, dropped on floors, traded, spent. Time was unkind. What was once bright and crisp became dull, details softened, edges rounded. Most 1999 rands you might find today are reminders of its journey, a coin that lived, rather than a coin preserved. Yet very occasionally one appears that seems untouched by time. No blemishes, no dullness, no sign of wear. The ridges along the edge are as crisp as the day it emerged from the mint, the fields mirror-like, the relief deep and sharp. The luster still dances, catching light at every angle. That specimen is what dreams are made of. That is what collectors hunt for. That seemingly impossible fusion of age and perfection. Collectors pore over details. Is the date aligned just so? Does the mint mark show a tiny curvature that only appears on certain die pairs? Does the metal reflect heat differently, hinting at a different alloy batch? Can you spot double striking or die cracks or variations in the lettering spacing? These are the obsessions, the very minutiae that turn a common coin into a treasure. Few coins in private hands match that level of perfection. Even fewer have documentation from reputable grading services, certifying what collectors suspect. Those certification slabs become part of the coin's story. Proof that this one avoided circulation damage. Proof that its details are intact. Proof that when light strikes it you see not just a coin, but a work of art.as awareness spread among collectors both local and international. The demand for these exceptional examples grew. Auctions became battlegrounds for one rare specimen after another. Phone lines buzzed, paddles raised, bids soared. What was once considered a curiosity became a trophy, something to display not just in a cabinet, but in prestige and pride. Some speculators scoffed at the idea that such a modest coin could command attention, that a one-rand piece, of all things, might be valued anywhere near what gold coins or historic rarities fetch. But rarity is its own currency. Rarity combined with flawlessness is near priceless. When a coin survives decades without compromise, when it whispers history instead of shouting damage, it becomes more than metal and date. It becomes a portal to the past. Collectors from Asia, Europe, North America began to watch South Africa's rare coin market, noticing that this 1999 rand was slipping from reach. Every auction saw pieces that once might have sold for hundreds climb into thousands, then tens of thousands. Private sales became hush-hush deals, hidden away until someone, somewhere, let it be known. Here it is, and it is unmatched. Stories emerged. A single collector who waited 30 years for the right specimen. Another who bought a coin, wore gloves every time, stored it beneath soft cotton, afraid that even dust might mar its beauty. A third who traveled continents to inspect an example personally, leaning light just so, murmuring in disbelief at how perfect the relief was, how bright the fields seemed. How sharp the strike, impressively deep. Every time one of these near miracles appeared, rumors spread of its condition, its grade, its potential price. Experts weighed in. Grading services examined under magnification, under light, under scrutiny that most objects would never endure. And when consensus declared a coin gem mint, flawless, near uncirculated, collectors leaned in. Then came the ultimate moment. One such 1999 1 rand, preserved as if frozen in time, inspected and certified beyond any doubt, came to market. It held all the hallmarks: flawless surfaces, perfect strike, brilliant original luster, zero signs of wear. It had a pedigree, carefully documented. It was not just a coin. It was the idealized version of what that 1999 1 rand could ever be.